Hey, 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 hey. Back in my day, I remember when I was a young little boy playing with all my G.I. Joe toys and things in the mud. Petting the puppy dog, the kitty cats. How I remember that. Going fishing with my dad. I caught a piping bass. Granddaddy take me hunting. Told me, son, grandson, don't never point a gun at someone you don't intend to shoot. All the people there, all the ladies at the preschool thought I was cute because I kinda did my own thing in my own little world. Didn't really see what was going on. This lady was telling my mama that one of the other teachers, she had these long teeths, and she heard me whisper under my breath after she talked to me. It's better to eat you with my dear. Better to eat you with my dear. It's better to eat you with my dear. Back in my day, I must say, things were a lot better. They was okay. I thought it was bad, but probably the best I ever had back in my day. pedals from spinning. Didn't have no brakes like you got in, up front or whatever. It was like a trick bike, But I was going down a hill one day, I remember, and I couldn't stop. And a car came out of nowhere when I got to the end where it's not at the top, it's at the bottom, where the other road intersects, and the car was coming. And somehow my bicycle just dodged. It just dodged it. It just did dodge it. I was about to light a match, or I already had it lit, about to throw it on this ant bed. Me and my cousin poured the gasoline, the whole tank of gasoline on. And then Mama came out and said, "What y'all call me for?" And seen what we was doing and said, "Put that shit down." But we didn't call her. In my day, watch this thing called Schoolhouse Rock, and Mr. T, that pity the fool don't stay in school. Mr. Owl, how many? 3. And any questions? Just bring no fucking drugs like me. Tried a lot of drugs after school. I tried acid. I got plastic. I went out of my body, seeing myself, and I said, "Oh, that's me." Who's that? That's me. Who's that? That's me. I must have been in my astral being. When I was about 16, and then I was trying 15. I know it was before I could drive. I was ecstasy with this girl, and she said, feel on me. She said, feel on me. I just rubbed on her arm all night long. When I finally got in that thing, about a month later, I just stood there and said, what do I do now? In my day, in my day, back in my day. Back in the day, I was so cool, smoking cigarettes at the school. Roll down the window and roll up the sleeve. Oh, there, hey, girl, look at me. One time when I first got the four-wheel, I said, hey, girl, look at me. And I wrecked into a barbed wire fence and was hung upside down. And they said, shit, you should have seen. It was like something on TV. So I did impress them. Still pretty green, but I've seen enough to be seen to know what it means. When I was a little kid, I seen this man, he was kind of green, like a leprechaun, but he was glowing. He come visit me, and it wasn't no dream, but it was some kind of, maybe it was, I don't know. But I stopped seeing him when they told me it wasn't real, and that made me feel like scared or something. So I said, I ain't gonna open my eyes, go away, and he did. He had no more stories to tell. Now I see the same things all the time in the backyard. They blow in my mind. Guess that's what I get for trying to learn new things. But I fell for the oldest trick in the book, not distract me while your friend robbed me. It's one where a snake on the tree telling me God really say this thing, and that you trust him, that he loves you and knows better than you. You got occult things he wanted me to listen to, but I don't really trust him the way I used to. It just gave demons a pathway to interesting. I know whose I am anyway, you know, even though I hate repenting, 'cause I'm so comfortable in the same fucking thing. It's hard to change, but I guess I'm just a pig. The things I like to do, I wallow in the mire and I go back to my vomit till I'm tired of it. And I don't get tired of some things I realize they ain't good for me. But back in the days, I didn't have to worry, I didn't have to think about blood pressure and shit. I used to go see Granddaddy in a nursing home. He had lost his mind, kind of been. He had water on the brain, and they removed it, but I think they removed some of the thing that he needed to talk. All he could do then, he couldn't walk and talk, he'd just sit there and stare. I remember how the halls of the place smelled like urine. I told my mom I didn't want to go see him. Not that way, it hurt me, 'cause he couldn't have words to say. He just looked at me and cried every time. He knew who I was and felt something way inside. One day I thought of him. Many years after he passed and died, I sat there in the woods and cried. And a butterfly landed on my finger, like it was something from inside. Something that had been cooked